Welcome to the AI workshop for job seekers. And today is actually one dear to my heart. The topic is how to create an engaging presentation. And the AI tool that's going to be used today is Gamma. And the reason why I say it's something that's, dear to my heart is I love giving presentations. And I did love helping people and teaching people how to give presentations, especially when they're struggling, because they can be so difficult to do, right? And that's okay, so Sam here, and everybody, if y'all don't know Sam is the CEO of Pura Vida Partners. He has 30 years in recruitment experience. So hey, he's a master of what he's doing. So he's going to be teaching y'all how to do this, create these presentations in Gamma. He got to give me a little, show of it. I was just blown away, really blown away how simple it is now. I mean, yeah, you're going to see. I'm not going to ruin it. I'm going to stop talking. Sam, please take over. I'm excited, and let's do this.
Thank you, Alejandro. Welcome, everybody. I just wanted, as the topic was picked for me, I'll give you a just generic overview, and I'll ask a few questions to start off. And if you can answer, then we can go and play around with the tool. And then there are some other tools that I also sent Alejandro a document. If you are there, if you get the document, you can click on the link. You will get extra 200 credits. I will get extra 200 credits on signing up for Gamma. That's a link you can go and sign up with. So that will help. I know Christy well, so I'm going to ask Solomon some questions today and then start off, and then we'll bring Christy in and ask. Solomon, what do you do? If you're comfortable to tell me, if you have
I'm sort of trying to get self-employed more so. I mean, I've done various things from construction and skate parks, design and build. I've done computer tech work. I've done data entry. I've done delivering newspapers. I've done
done that
and dishwashing and kind of all over the place. But photography, art, advocacy. I've self-published some books. I don't really think that's going to really be the thing, but photography and art would be great if I could figure out how to turn those into rewarding, path.
You said photography and art, is that?
Yeah, photography, maybe some videography as well in there.
Okay, I'm not sure, but that's a great topic since I do not know much about it. I'm starting at below you at this point to understand. So I'll see how I can become an expert in the next half an hour, 45 minutes playing with the tool. Right?
Cool.
So it's always good to find topics that I do not know. And I'm going to ask you a question since you mentioned where you are from. Don't say anything. I'll just tell you, does your address, which starts with, is there a number 34 in your address?
There is.
There is, okay. And the phone number has somewhere in between 35 in there?
Yeah, those two numbers are in it. Good say.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure that I found the right Solomon. Okay. Have you used ChatGPT or any other LLMs, Solomon?
Yes, I even played with Gamma a little bit.
Oh, you played with Gamma. Okay. Cool. So this might be something that we can. Christy, have you heard about Gamma?
Yeah, I did. When you came and presented to the Colorado Strong support group, I apparently set up an account, played with it just a little bit, and then forgot about it until today.
Cool. I'm going to share my screen if I can, and then we'll play around with topics which is my screen too. Okay. Let me know if you can see my Gamma.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So here is something that is cool. You can do anything you want. Usually for free, it will consume about 40 credits. So when you log in, it will tell you how many credits you have. And if you want to log in with the link that I sent you, you'll get extra 200 credits. I get even with another email. If you want to play around with it and do something, you can do that, right? And I know both of you mentioned that you played around with it. What have you done and what have you created? And what do you want me to create a deck for so I can show you some nuances to using Gamma and then finding out. And the funny part is, I'll tell you something funny. I was in India and somebody asked me to present something and I did, but I found out the audience did not speak good English, right? So I created this in Hindi. And I
Cool.
can tell you, I was blown away that I didn't think about it. I was in the audience. I should have asked who the audience are. When I walked in, most of them didn't speak English and they were all in Hindi. So on the spot, I remembered it and I created this wonderful slides in Hindi. I just made sure whatever I did it in English, I told it to convert it to Hindi and then give and then give. The people were like, oh my God, this is what, right? And I can tell you, I went and showed it to somebody who's really good with that. And so you can create in any language you want. You just have to know how to play around with it. So just want to, I'm going to start a new one here.
Can I ask real quick where the
Please,
link
please.
you provided was? Or is that,
I have put it in,
is that
maybe I
an
didn't
email?
put it in the chat.
It's the very first link in the chat there, Solomon. Do you see it? If not, I can put it back in the chat.
Yeah, I don't think I've got it in the chat.
For the document you're talking about? Or
Yeah, I don't see it
To the
either.
Gamma.
oh yeah, I'll do that for you. Just
I mean, I've got the site open, but I think there were credits or something that were.
oh, that's right.
And remind me how to get you more credits, Sam. You said there was some.
So if you refer somebody with your link, you get 200 credits and they get 200 credits. So that
Okay.
means you get 5 presentations that you can. So next time when you show somebody, tell them, hey, I'll show you something, but you got to sign up with this link.
Gotcha.
That's why I've not paid for it yet. So wherever I go, I tell people maybe 1, 2, 3 people sign up. So I get those extra links, extra things there. Right. So you can come here, you can paste just a plain text that you have. You can paste the text that you can create in ChatGPT. You can create something, you can import a file or URL and tell it to create for you on that particular one. Right. You can also do something here. You can create new. It's not just for this one. You can pick any styles you want. And I told you, you can do AI import. That means it will help you to enhance the content, add images, layout. Or if you just want to plain import from the old presentation that you have, the only limitation in a free version is you will get only 8 to 10 slides. If you want to go more than that, it will tell you, please upgrade yourself, right? So that's it. So here is something that I created a long time ago. I imported it here. AI-powered job search, how narcolepsy warriors can. This was the topic last week. So I don't do any more presentations. It takes me. I'm not artistic like you, Solomon. So I really struggle with art. Both of you are arts people, and I have a hard time doing anything in art. So this is a boon for me, right? But I'll go to ChatGPT first, and then let's do something cool here. Solomon, you said you want to create. Act as an SME. You said you want to move into videography. Give me the things you were mentioning. I'm not sure if Solomon is speaking. You're muted.
There we go.
I
think
get you.
it did that automatically when I changed browser. So when I came into it before and played with it, I was trying to get it to enhance some photos, and I was trying to play around with potential like video or presentation stuff. So
Okay.
I guess
I was asking when you said you want to move into videography, and something else you mentioned. If you can give me what do you want to move into, and let's start from there, and then we'll go to Gamma and look for a presentation that it will create from that.
let's see. I guess photography gig work, although not weddings.
I hear you on that one, Solomon.
Yeah, like
Yeah, those are big.
Those are stressful. I'm not trying to get too deep in that.
And what is that what is the work that you enjoy?
Taking photos and editing photos. That's one side, I guess, to keep it all in more.
And what else?
Closed.
Like,
It's pretty
like
open.
conferences?
Yeah, conferences or like university events, or like say somebody's got a small company and they want specific like contract signing or events like banner cuttings at like an opening of some sort of event, but also even like marketing stuff, because I know that's kind of a big thing right now, like social media marketing type stuff. I'm sure there's lots of work in that field.
What about like
Definitely. Even editing. Huge
Stock.
editing YouTube videos.
or like stock images?
Yeah, stock images too. And I know it's all about the prompt, so I feel like that's where a lot of
No,
the
the prompts
importance.
shouldn't stress you. I always tell people, just write the prompts in the way that you're talking to a 5-year-old.
Okay,
Give
yeah.
them the task, what you want to get accomplished, and what is the format of the output that you need to get. That's a basic prompt, right? So don't stress yourself out. And then you can iterate those prompts as you go in, right? And if you don't know, I have a tool, right? You can see below my thing, which will, if I say, give me feedback on this prompt, this is for someone who is working in the field but want to get engaged and use AI.
Can I ask if those the features you have on the bottom, perfect feedback, is that like an extra add-on you've got to your browser or to the program?
It's an extension to my browser.
Okay.
I'm a extension person. So here is my extension. This is called, I don't even know the name. It's called PromptPerfect.
PromptPerfect. I'm going to make a note of that just for.
Right. So if you look here, the reason I started in here, and this will work across it will work on ChatGPT, it will work on Gemini, it will work on DeepSeek, it will work on Perplexity, Claude, or any of those things, right? The only thing is, if you want to use it when you're working in AI, turn it on and turn it off, because it will consume some resources on your laptop, right? So I hit feedback, and it will give me positive feedback. The prompt effectively identifies the specific areas of photography and target audience, which is a great start. Clarify the goal by explicitly stating what type of assistance or information the user is seeking from the SMA. Provide more details about the specific challenges or questions the user has regarding AI in photography to guide the SME's response. Consider breaking the prompt into clearer sections such as purpose, audience, and specific topics to enhance overall clarity. So it gives you a structure that you can build that prompt with, right? And if you like that prompt and it gave, you can ask it. It is perfect. Expertly rewritten prompts. Type into the input and press yes, right? So if I hit perfecting, it changes the prompt for me.
Okay.
So I used to say prompting is something that you need to learn, but now I don't need to learn prompting. It gives you prompting. The AI is solving its own problem, right? So here is what it is. Again, I'm not sure if it summarized everything. And let's say this is a prompt that you want to save. I hit save. Your prompt was saved to the sidebar. And then when I hit your prompts, everything that I saved is right here. Cool. Right? So this is something that is very cool for people who are scared to write prompts, don't know what to do. Here is absolutely, Sam. Let's dive into how experienced photographer working in non-wedding gigs like corporate events, university labs, small business and digital content can integrate AI to streamline workflows, deliver sharper content, and even expand the business offerings. Here's a structured breakdown. Key areas to integrate is AI and photography gigs, non-wedding focus, pre-production, image, and now it will give you some actionable AI tools and tactics, what you need to do, how you need to do it, what you need. You give you some key use cases, you can play around with it. YouTube editing, because we asked for YouTube editing, use cases, scripting, auto editing, voice cleanup, right? How do you start implementing AI now? Audit your workflow, ask what parts of my work feels repetitive, where should I spend the most time? Post-shoot, these are ideal spots for AI to help, right? You take picture, come back, how can AI help you? And without it being too expensive, right? Pick a starter stack, free or freemium tools. Here is some tools which are free. I don't even know any of these things. I know Canva. I know a couple of them, but I don't know any of those other ones, right? Solomon, I'm not sure if you know any of them, but that's here is upskill with free resources, YouTube channels, pick some, and here are people that you can follow and get good at whatever you're doing. Productize your AI offering, 24-hour delivery with AI enhanced editing, AI-backed image sorting and selection, social-ready posts with caption plus hashtag. This is if you want to differentiate yourself from business and you want to promote and create a one-page ad that you want to send out to people, you can do. AI is not replacing your eye as a photographer, right? It is enhancing your speed, creativity, and service offerings. Your vision is still the product. AI just makes it faster, easier to bring it to life. Would you like me to help create an AI tool? Stat check is sample client. I say yes, and I will send this to you if you share me your email, or I can send it to Alejandro and he will forward it to you. Right?
Okay.
Here is a tool stack that it gave to do. And it gave me a pitch deck, right? Use this emails, Upward 5 gigs, onboarding small businesses. You can get a lot of, have you guys used remote job sites where you can go find jobs?
I've seen them, but I haven't actually used them.
Christy, I heard you say you have used?
A little bit, yes. I've signed up for all kinds of things, including all the ones you recommended last week. But I haven't turned on the spigot yet.
Okay.
I just set up the account.
That's okay. But when you turn on the spigot, do one thing, make sure that you are focused in what you're looking for so that you don't get a lot of junk, and use ChatGPT or other things to help you narrow down the 1 gig that you want to get, right? And get into that and be specific. So it's saying use this email, Upwork 5 for onboarding small businesses. with my AI augmented photography and video workflow, I deliver faster, cleaner. Most AI services include delivery timeline. I'm just going to use this for my Gamma creation. Right, I'm just going to use that text. As I told you, here's a workflow templates. It can create some. It can record, import video clips, run through Descript, auto transcribe, remove filler words, edit video via script. I'm sure Christy and Solomon, you guys know what these things mean. I don't know much about it. You guys are more creative. Would you like this asset package as an editable Google Doc? Or I say yes, please. I just heard something yesterday. Do you know chat OpenAI pays a lot more? It takes a lot of energy when you say please and thank you. Yeah, I heard that it now, because you were nice to it, it tries to go and find more. So it's consuming more and it takes more energy. And sometimes for real complex things, it costs up to $200 for it to give you the results.
I mean,
not like the small ones that I did, but like real complex ones. When you go do the deep research, it spends about $200 to $300 to get that description for you. If you use the word, if you're nice to that,
but will it get you a better result?
it does. It does. I think it does, because I use it as an example. I fought with my wife and I was going to the presentation that morning, and I used that as a live example. I said, hey, I had a fight with my wife. How do I make up and what should I do? Right. And I used that in a live audience, and people were having their things. And I said, okay, what can I do? And at the end of the day, and it said, sorry, I cannot help you. I said, please help me. I'm really in a jam. I would really appreciate if you can help me and use your knowledge base and help me and give me. And this is the situation, what happened this morning. And I gave the situation, and boom, 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 it started giving answers. Right before that, it said, no, I can't give you answers. I cannot help you. And as soon as I said please and thank you, boom, 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 it gave me a bunch of it. And I used some of it, and I made up that afternoon, right?
That is funny. I love it. I love it.
It gave you good advice though, huh?
It did.
Excellent.
It did. Again, I just take it with a grain of salt, and because it's a machine, but it has a database full of people where you can go and get it, right? So here is the sample that it created, right? And it gave me bunch of things. I will share this whole thing with you guys. I'll share it with you, Alejandro, and you can use this. There is no name specified. It is saying Sam, so it can be used generically by anybody, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely email this to me, and then I would love to post this on.
I'll share the link, and then it will have the attachment of the document that it created, AI photography workflow guide, right? And now let's take what it created. So I started off from ChatGPT, and then I'm going into my presentation deck, right? Say, I copied it. I go to Gamma. I'll say create new. You can paste the text. You can generate it, import from a file. I usually, if you don't know the prompt, you can do the prompt too. And if you want to do the prompt, you can go do the prompt. But since we already created in ChatGPT, I'll come and paste it. And I want a presentation, and I'll write a prompt on the top. How can I do a presentation for a client? using the following. And you know that I have no idea about photography and any of these things. Like I told,
I will say it seems like it's trying to have us use the AI for generating photos, which is totally kind of not in line, but I'm following, I don't want to say to start over or anything. It's, but it's interesting regardless.
yeah, I'm just going to see what it comes. We are experimenting here, right? Free form card by card. How many cards do I want? It says 5 cards. I'm just going to say, can it, add cards. Let's see.
Like marketing.
Yeah. For marketing. Find value add. And thank you. I'm just, you got the idea. You can add whatever you want, right? And then I'm going to move this here so it doesn't come in my way. And you can see how many it use, right? It says how many credits you can use here. It says I'm going to be using 40 credits. Let's see. I'll put my hand up. And you can pick the color schemes. You can do, I'm just going to pick generate. Look at the image that it picked. Hi, Rachel. That's it. And if I say I was not satisfied, it's great, it's okay, it's bad, I never given it any bad things. Let me see what it tells me. Right. Thanks for the feedback. Is there anything we should do?
Hey, Sam, there was one other thing I also noticed too, and you might even see it maybe. One thing I noticed, like in one of the images, there was an extra finger. So like, yeah, I guess I could add that in the feedback, correct? Where I can say,
Right
like,
there.
right here, right in her, look at the iPad and see that extra finger.
Oh my
The
goodness.
the
And
middle
then AI
finger.
is known for this. I mean, I've done that too, where I didn't catch it.
Wow, that's really cool that you caught it.
Can you edit it by clicking on that image?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I know there is a little.
You can download
Yeah.
it. The best part of Gamma is it will help you to download it, and you can take that content and you can edit it and do whatever you want to do.
Nice.
So So here, when you go to present, you can do it in full theme, or if you want to share and follow link, you can who will join that, or you hit the share button and it will allow you to download it into. You can download it into PDFs. You can download it into Word. Do any of those things. Export to PDF, export to PowerPoint, export to Google Slides, export as PNGs. And that's amazing that a lot of the other free available tools do not do that. Right? It might have a watermark saying that it was created by Gamma, but if you pay for it, it will do that stuff, right? But here it is. Here is your work that you guys are artistic, but this would have been, I would never be able to put a picture like that. To be honest, right? Right. Yeah. Here's Alejandro's extra finger. Right. And it gave good pictures on the side. I would be impressed. I'm not sure if you guys are impressed. You guys are the photographers, so
it's giving me wedding vibes right there, but that's fine.
Right, you did.
Yeah, I'm like super picky about design. So yeah, I was thinking same thing. And the font, it's a great start. I mean, if you're just creating from scratch, right? Like, and have no idea what you want to do, it's better for me. It's better to have something to change, even if it changed it a lot. You know, I like the flow.
And but it also highlights too how important it is, to follow it, right? To make sure that the content that you're wanting is there. Because again, to like Solomon pointed out quickly, right? He's not into doing wedding photography, but it had a couple of images there giving that illusion that there's this, wedding photography, right? But again, AI isn't 100%. But this really gets you going. So you're not having to really devote a lot of your time in creating something. You can easily replace those photos, right? If you like the layout of the slide, I love the layout of the slide. You can just go in and replace the photos.
Yeah, and the text.
Right. I like the layout, and I like the different call outs that it has. It's just a good reminder, right? Like it starts with the value prop and then it has like a little graph, or I don't know what you call it, with the quadrant. And then it has like a table with your tool stack, so it's mixing things up to keep people engaged.
Consistent colors and whatnot.
Yeah, and I love the use of the icons.
Yeah. Find brief short list, use ChatGPT to generate more comprehensive short list, plan every key movement. And that's, I'm not sure if anybody even thought about it. Use ChatGPT to generate comprehensive short list, plan every key movement. You can think about it, plan and say, okay, these are some of the things that you can upload the location and say, you know what, I want to see where would be a better shot for this conference, which angle, and those type of things, right? Capture in RAW, use after shoot for automatic selection of top images. Editing and delivery. Apply consistent styles with Imagen AI, deliver with wireframe.io with highlight deck. Right? It gave you some understanding of what you can use and not use, and then at least play around with it and get more creative and enhance on your work that you're doing. But like I said, it is this the one you were talking about, Christy?
Yeah, ones like that, right? It mixed up I like that it mixed up a lot of different ways to present the information to keep the viewer engaged. So like versus like I haven't given a presentation forever, but like PowerPoint, the last time I used it at least, or presentations I've seen using PowerPoint, in the last few months, like they have very, very basic templates, right? Like they're Canva's a little better, but this if you like really mix things up, and I like that.
Yeah, if you're starting out and if you don't have the artsy thing like me, my whole presentation, that's why I never was a presentation guy. because it took me a long time to do a presentation. I used to dread doing presentations. Right? I could take a text and I could put it in, and now I can put everything in here, and I can create a thing which will be running in the background, and somebody can do the clicker, and I can keep talking, and I can get engaged with the audience, right? Before, I can do presentations, but I can do presentations on webinar and other things, but I couldn't do the PPTs. And I had to get somebody on Fiverr, pay them. If it was a really, like if I was at a conference, I paid somebody to do my PPTs. I say, hey, here it is, go do whatever you need to do. I paid 100, 200 to get those things done. Right here, it is a blast to do some of these things. Like I said, I was caught in the presentation. What do you do when you go to a hall already? Everybody's waiting for you. There were about 100 people waiting for my presentation. And when I put the slide up and somebody told me, oh, we forgot to tell you, none of them can speak well in English. I said, that's a big thing that you should have told. And I was quick on my feet. And I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. Let me do it. I took the prompts and said, can you convert this into Hindi and give me a presentation? Boom, boom, boom. And that itself got the crowd engaged, right? I didn't have to do much to get their attention. They were just blown away that I had put the presentation up in English and I was testing it. And then somebody came to me and said in my ear, hey, they none of them know English much. Can you, if you don't want to have a presentation, we'll leave it, and can you talk in Hindi? I can talk well in Hindi, but I didn't know if it was old without gamma, I would have been dead. And that slide was done in about 2 minutes. Right?
That's a great feature.
Yeah.
I feel like I can speak Spanish, and sometimes I go down in Central America. I don't imagine myself doing a presentation, but if for some reason I were to, like on narcolepsy stuff, because I'm an advocate and I talk a lot about it and have breakdowns, but I could see being able to just transform it into Spanish through this would be a great value.
So,
whether or not it would get it all precise is hard, because that terminology is a little more out of the ordinary, I feel like, but still it would be better than probably my trying to translate it myself.
yeah, I did a couple of those once. I did not know anything about narcolepsy before I got involved, right? I had no idea. In fact, I was talking to one of my friends this morning and he had no idea. And then I shared a presentation that I did. And as we were talking, I said, here is the presentation. He said, oh my God, I had somebody in my group like that. And they were complaining about that person. Now I can understand, maybe that person had this, right? It was really eye-opening to see that somebody could take that and relate it to somebody that had in his group 7-8 years ago. He said the person would fall asleep in between. And it's not like, yeah, people fall asleep, but it's not from, yeah, you are tired. This guy was Monday, Tuesday, his energy level went up at certain time, and his energy level was, the people were like, oh, he's very moody.
Right.
Right. So those are the, again, when I sent the presentation, he read through it in 2 seconds and boom, he like, oh my God. And I said, you know what, next time when I go into corporate events, I'm going to mention something and add this part of it. I already do autism. I already will tell stories about, I will use my friend's story, which he told me this morning, right? You might have employees here that people may not know that they might be suffering, but they are great employees. But my friend termed them as moody, right? It is the energy level sapped out at a certain period of time, and that's a good introduction, maybe they are suffering from narcolepsy. They might, and again, I do work with an autistic group in Atlanta to do that. So just not gamma.ai. I will in that presentation I sent, the document I sent, there are so many ways to skin the cat, right? And it is how you're going to use it and use it to your advantage. Like I do not know, Alejandro or Christy mentioned, you can use this as a starting point to get your juices flowing, right? You can download it, take that and run with it, right? And if you're going to do a big presentation to the group, and if you're passionate enough and you're going to talk about it, yeah, you know how to talk, you know all the ins and outs of narcolepsy and the medication and all those things, but you may not know how to do a PPT. Somebody can create a PPT, have that, and it's decent PPT, right? You can't say it's great or you can't say it's lousy. It is a good starting point for anybody to put it and do the things.
Christy asked in chat, I don't know if you saw it. And I'm curious too, if can you upload a PDF or Google Doc
Yes.
and have it transform it into
Yes.
presentation? Cool.
Yeah. So it's import the files. You can even import your old PPTs, which I did one, but I when I was doing the mentoring and leadership coaching and other things, I maintained a whole deck of slides. So my slide deck is 187 slides in there, right? So then I just took the time management piece of it, which is what we were talking about that day. Even in that, I had about 11 or 12. I said, hey, here is the slides. Maybe it's over the number. I just want, can you condense this material to 10 slides? And it did it for me.
Wow.
Right. So, yeah.
And have you ever tried putting just a text, like a text document in there? And
I just did the text now in front of you. This one was created with text because we copied the text from
ChatGPT. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we did, right? So it can import files. It can do any format of files, and it will.
Looks like URL too. You could.
Yeah, you can do the URL also.
Have it create a presentation around a website.
Yeah.
And I also love it too that like for those that work like in corporate environments where they have, PowerPoints that are branded with their logos or whatever, their copyrights, their disclaimers, you can literally create that template in here. And then when you're ready to generate some new slide, you have that actual template with their branding. It looks like that's something you can do, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But one of the things is I'm not sure whether you can do it in a free version, but absolutely in the paid version you can.
Okay.
Right? So you're combining the text prompt and the import file around that prompt.
Correct.
Sounds like.
Yes.
Cool. It's pretty handy, I would think.
Yeah.
So they are similar ones. I will, since I told you I always use ChatGPT for every little thing, even if the things that I know, I'm going to go. Can you suggest some free AI, free or freemium tools for AI creating PPTs? Like Gamma.app.
Can I ask real quick, is that ChatGPT that you're using, is that a freeware or is that?
This one is a paid one, but
Okay.
I've told people in my document, the first thing is don't pay for anything. Right now, there is a free version. I know Christy said doesn't want to use DeepSeek. DeepSeek is pretty good. And there is another one, both are Chinese. Unfortunately, it's Kimi 1.5. But I don't have an issue. I use it. I'm not putting anybody's information in there. It will learn more about me and what I do. I'm okay with it. Right. My information is all plastered all over the world. If you want to put my name in your town and say, please call Sam, I'm okay with it. Put my phone number.
Will come find you, show up at your door.
Yeah, I can. Right. So that's my version. You can use DeepSeek, you can use Kimi, you can use Gemini, Claude, Perplexity. Again, Perplexity is not an LLM. It uses the other features because Perplexity uses the data of other LLMs into it. It's not really a true Gen AI thing, right?
And what about like Copilot in Bing, Microsoft? It's free if you're logged in. I know.
I will swear, Salman, this is something that I heard from a lady at my last webinar presentation in Princeton. The lady came over to me. She in the crowd said, "I hate ChatGPT. I would love the Bing Copilot." I said, "It's like me telling you guys, I love strawberry ice cream. Maybe you like vanilla ice cream."
Yeah.
It is your choice, and whatever you are comfortable with, use one or two tools. Don't get enamored by the tools because tools will come and go. Like some of the tools I sent somebody 2 weeks ago, and it was updated, but within those 2 weeks, somebody changed. Gamma changed it. It's their whole thing they changed recently.
Yeah,
Right?
it's all evolving every day.
Every
Seems
day
like.
it would change. Once they see that people are hooked into it, they will start charging money, right? That's where they are for. So it is, you will find the one thing I will teach you from a recruiter perspective, this is what I always do. I'm not sure if it will work, but this is a Boolean similar : gamma.add. And if I put, it will give me a list of, it will give me beautiful.ai, presentations AI, share and present powerfully, frame.io, best gamma alternatives. If you go click there, it will give you slide speak. There's so many of them, right? Cool. So if you find in the same thing with job title, I tell job seekers to use similar for the job title that you are going after. Because in your place, they might call you marketing guru, in some other place, marketing rep, marketing prodigy, whatever those things are, right? It happens more in the software side of things, even project management and other things, somebody else will be calling it something else. So look at all the other synonyms that are with that title. This is a good way to go do it.
And the
Right.
Boolean you did there, the first word, colon, then like
Whatever you want to put.
topic. I mean, is there like a certain.
Not topic, it gives you things that are clubbed together, right? So if I say Princeton University, it will bring up all the Ivy League schools.
Right. And then the dot was like, you could have Princeton University dot department or something, like it sort of
You
breaks
can
it
do that
into.
here. It will only bring the universities that it will only bring the similar universities there: Harvard, Yale, Stanford, right?
Okay.
So that's what it will bring out, right? If you want to do the Boolean, the advanced Boolean, that's a whole different topic. I don't use it anymore, but I used to create. So, how many of you use data scrapers?
Well, I haven't.
I don't think I have.
I have when I worked in SEO that I haven't reached since the advent of
So
AI.
as a recruiter, I use
LLM.
tools. Yeah, I use tools to scrape data, right? If I go to site :LinkedIn AI ML in India, right? And minus jobs, I just want profile. So it will bring profiles of people. And if I can be more clearer, it will do. And then I use a data scraper there, it will scale, and I have the infinite scroll, and it says start scrolling, and it will create a CSV file.
Mm.
Interesting.
All the
And
people.
that free?
This one is free, but now it doesn't work that well on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has gone and they are the notorious one to stop the data scrapers.
Um,
But you can go and scrape any data. So if I do in URL, I even forgot the Boolean. Let me go. Maybe let me see if since I ask.
Screaming Frog is my favorite, but it's got to be at least $100 just for one seat. These
Yeah,
days.
there are so many free ones, Christy. Like I told you, I'm a cheap guy. I don't have infinite dollars to spend, and I try to find one tool, and then I find the other ones freemium, or I sign up with my 3 different emails that I have, so I can use 10, 10, 10 each. And I will, and yeah, I use a judicious pick.
I like free.
Create a Boolean for finding resumes from in URL and entitle for Java, for NetSuite programmers, NetSuite folks in India. Let me see what it gives me. Okay. Boom. I go to Google, I copy it. It did give me the right syntax, right? You see, all these are names of resumes that either is available or not available on, right? So I can go use data scraper. I think the window is open somewhere. Somewhere my thing is not. Somewhere. Yeah, it is sitting here. I knew that it is open up there, so I'm going to close that and then open back my close there, close it. So I'll copy it in there. And it will bring up all that, and it will put it into a CSV file. Start crawling, and then yeah, it will put it into a CSV file. So the prompt, this one is a good one for people who don't know prompting. PromptPerfect is a good tool to use. If you're using data scrapers, you can use that. And the alternates to find is to Gamma. You see what you can do.
Well, this has been great, Sam.
Yes.
We're definitely out of time, but did anybody else have any last minute questions or anything like that? Oh, we're good. You're good.
Do
What?
you,
What? Go ahead.
I'm
Chris.
sorry. Do you have a lot of experience using Gemini
Yes.
with the Google product?
Yes. I use
Yes.
it all the time because our company is a Google Gmail.
Mhm.
So I use it extensively and I'll just show you what I used it for. Give me 1 second so that you will see. Uh, you see my.
I just realized there's like a basic version included with Google Workspace, like the app. The app.
Yeah. It is. So if this opens up, sometimes my things are too slow here, but I'm sure it will open up. Right. I can use Gemini here. In again, Christy, you mentioned you use the voice dictation and Google.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I don't type. So as I told you, I'm a hunt and peck typing person. So I dictate notes into Google.
Oh, I think I use it with something called Structure. I use it all the time, but you know what? It would be great if I did use it in Google. I have a Google Workspace account.
Yeah. No. You even if you don't have it, you can dictate notes and it will take notes, and it's a pretty good thing. You just use the voice in Google. Here,
Excellent.
right? If you go voice typing, boom, it will type. Nice. Now,
Do you know if you can use that for Google Calendar?
I don't know that. I've never used it, but I'll try since you mentioned it.
Or do the reminders? Because when I use the voice part, I can type really fast, even like on my phone. But when I am tired or sleepy or both, usually like, after 8 o'clock and it coming up in about an hour here, like I can't type for anything, right? Like I just have to, anything I can dictate is just so much easier.
Yeah, right here. If I click Gemini, it will summarize the content. If I tell yes, it will summarize the content. I can enter a prompt and say, "Can you create a JD clear and concise?" I don't want to do it because it is somebody else's document, but that's what I can do. If I'm in an Excel sheet, I can even ask it to synthesize the data for me. Again, it is getting scary, to be honest. It is getting scary. I'm not sure how people are going to be replaced or how people are going to look at these things. But that's something that you as right. So
You mean the people that don't use AI?
yeah, people don't use AI. It's going to be really challenging, right? I say generate a chart using this data. Since it is somebody else, it is there. I don't care, right? And here is the data the chart that it created for me. Boom.
Right.
Right.
Alejandro had posted somewhere on the Circle Network for people with narcolepsy, which I recommend everyone should join. It's amazing. He posted a link to free LinkedIn learning courses.
Yes.
Like they're all free through the end of 2025. So I'm working on the certification called something like human skills in the age of AI.
Yeah.
And they repeatedly, have you taken that?
No, I haven't,
Thank
but
you.
I remember that one.
Well, thank you. It's amazing. I've been like listening to it when I'm walking and it's just fascinating. It repeatedly emphasizes that the people, yeah, if you don't learn to use AI, right, and you're in some type of professional role, you should be worried. But But for people who know how to use AI and have like the soft skills, the human skills like empathy, and communication skills and critical thinking skills, you will be irreplaceable. It's said. And those are going to become a lot more important now than even in the age of, remote working than ever.
That's awesome.
So here, I do not know, somewhere along what are the top skills required in 2025. There was a chart. Okay. So Google, since I scraped the data, the Google thinks I'm a robot. So it is telling me, it is asking me, I'm not a robot. Click on that. Right? Because I scraped all that data in the last 5 minutes. Right? So here is what you were just mentioning, Christy.
Yeah.
Creative thinking, creativity, emotional intelligence, adaptability, machine learning, analytical reasoning, cloud, cybersecurity.
All of this. Adaptability is the number one, it said.
Wow. Look at that. Leadership. Thinking. Look at that. Wow.
Right. So
analysis, data analysis. Yeah. And analysts are a big thing these days.
Yeah.
It's an analyst.
See, I just played around with this one. It is still creating because there is a lot of data here. It is trying to create, and I'm sure somewhere in rephrase your prompt and try again. Tell me the highest bill rate on the sheet. Right. The Excel will be embedded in with Python, Tableau, and all those things. And once it spits out the data, how are you going to take that data, look at it? I give an example to everybody. My sales data comes to me every week on Monday morning from my admin, who pulls it from the phones, all the things that my sales guys did. And I had to spend about 1 hour and a half to create pivot tables before. Now I upload that data into ChatGPT, right? And it tells me which salesperson, how many calls, where the highest sale was, which region he was successful, what is the phone number, what is the one number that he dialed constantly, and if somebody didn't make enough phone calls or didn't do enough activity that week, it tells me, and I say, as a manager, what should I do to address that person? And it gives me some of the tips that I can use as a manager.
Yeah, that's cool.
All of that was done in about 15 minutes. Not more than that. It would take
amazing.
It took me 2 hours to do pivot tables. Again, I'm not an expert in Excel. It's not a part of my thing. Nowadays, I don't write any formulas. I use a tool called numerous.ai, which works on, it's a paid tool, but it just became paid. When I got it, it was free. And I'm still able to use the free one, but I heard from somebody that now they are not giving free version. They are using, so I can use it on Excel or on the Google Sheets.
Wow, that is great. All right. Well, hey, everybody. We definitely are at now time. And this was actually a really great workshop. Thank you so much, Sam. I mean, it was really informal. Love the whole presentation thing. I mean, even taking it down to this level, using AI to just get the kind of data you need. And then, just to follow up on what Christy said, we'd love for you all to join our Nat Chat digital community on Circle. Just go to our website at any page, just click the join here button, and then you can sign up. It is free. It's a new community. It's ad free. We can connect, have conversations. We even have support groups there, local support groups like the Colorado Strong Support Group. They are live there, which is really exciting. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to programs at pwn4pwn.org. And again, come and join us on Circle. We'd love to have you there. we're going to keep having these workshops. I'm excited, Sam, to see what else the other topics we come up with. And thank you everybody for joining tonight. All right, everyone.
Thank you, Alejandro.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Great workshop.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.